What's happening, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. It is Wednesday night again, the 29th of January, same night as the previous video you saw. Picked up a load in Hartley Produce in Mercedes, or the Spanish way again is Mercedes, Texas. We're actually still in Mercedes right now. We're on our way to our second shipper, which will be in San Juan, which is just on this side of McAllen. Both systems are wanting me to get onto 281 here, about this light here. Okay, that's not even a 20 mile, it's barely, just under a 20-minute trip from here. I'm tracking about 17 minutes from now, so figured we'll start it now. I just got off the dirt road that the first shipper's on. I guess we'll stay here until the light turns green. Alright guys, so we'll make our left here. So apparently our next shipper is right here on 281. Just 14 miles down the road. So I think I didn't mention, I don't think I mentioned there, Hartley Produce, where I just picked up from right there. You can literally see right across the field right there and see the Mexican border right there. It's super close by. I think the other one, Real Fresh Produce, I think is what the place is called. I think I mentioned. Yeah, in San Juan, I didn't get a chance to even look at what exactly I'm dealing with there, so I don't know what really to expect. Busy with other stuff. All right, 55 limit here. At least once we get past the intersection. All right. So that's what's happening. I thought about waiting until I get to, but this is it's one of those kind of off the beaten path locations for me. I'd rather flop this in a Kroger distribution center. Let's see what kind of other interesting shit we get with this shipper here. So let's do this one, all right? I mentioned earlier, also in that previous video, that I don't think I mentioned. I did head it down from New Caney, Texas, just northeast of Houston, to pick up what load's already in my trailer now. And once we get this other part of the load picked up, we'll be taking it up to Kroger in the Dallas area. I'm brain farting on the name of the suburb. It's in the Dallas area. I just forget what the name of the suburb was. It's not one that I'm like super familiar with. I mean, I know a lot of the Dallas and Fort Worth area suburbs, but like Grand Prairie, North Richland Hills, now I'm trying to bring them up off the top of my head. I have several I can think of, but I can't get them to come up right now. But the one that the load's going to, not a super familiar name to me. So I don't even know where exactly in the Dallas area it's at. We'll be looking that up later. Regardless, that's where we're going to be going to after we get through picking this load up here, right? So meanwhile, on the way over there, we can have something else to talk about. Yesterday, the last video, I did a movie review on the movie Land of Bad with Russell Crowe and Luke Hemsworth. Okay, so this one here, I might as well. Why not? Let's just go ahead and do another movie review. It's going to be another military-related movie that I watched not too long ago. Because it's one that's been on, it's still constantly on my mind, I guess. That would be called The 688. If you guys, I don't think I've talked about it on this channel yet. I don't know, but just in case I have, if I have, you know, you're just gonna hear it again. Just use the chapters to skip ahead or something, or whatever. All right, so 688. It is a movie about an all-black female army unit in World War II, and it's a true story movie. Now, I believe the movie was written by Tyler Perry, and you know, and it basically tries to tell the real story about what this unit went through. They were not only like a first, I think, all first black female unit, but they were also the first one to actually deploy to Europe. They were like, everyone was telling them, yeah, you guys will never deploy, basically because they're black and female. Basically, it was like two bad things there back in those days. Pretty shitty thing that people, you know, the way people thought back, even just 70 years ago, 80 years ago, whatever it was. But yes, that was the normal mentality of everybody, unfortunately. But yeah, they actually got the honor of. They weren't expected to even go anywhere. Like they were, you know, they're oh, I'm not going to end up leaving the States anyway. And then all of a sudden, they actually get deployed to Europe to try to process all this mail, trying to get to and from all the troops that are in the battlefield. But all kinds of difficulties with trying to even get the mail where it needs to be for different reasons. Some of it illegible or whatever or stuff, or you know, just people like, you know, random. I guess you know, I don't know. A lot of different little details there, and the movie basically was attempting to tell that story, but now I personally, I would have liked to see a little bit more of the story time about just show them doing their duties and the difficulties they're having with trying to do their job. You know, like, well, hey, I'm trying not to give too many spoilers here, though, but you know, there was a certain little detail that was visible on a lot of the letters, and they were able to match them up with those little details with specific units. And once they were able to figure out that hey, everybody from this specific unit is sending this like this symbol thing that matches up with their unit, like their unit badge or a patch or whatever, something along that line. They figured out that, oh, if this is you know, if it has this symbol on it, then it must be going to this particular unit in this location, or at least we know where, or we can figure out who it's coming from and send it back to the U.S. where it's trying to get to that way too. And they had like 17 million. I think it was, yeah, I think it was about 17 million things of mail that they were trying to get sorted out. It was like a whole it was like multiple aircraft hangars full of mail. And you know, at first, you know, the character played by Kerry Washington, basically what was she, a major? Basically, she was the major or whatever in charge of that unit, in command of that unit, and when she got first tasked to do it, she was like, yeah, I got it. This will be easy. And then they actually get over there, and then they realize, holy shit, this is like way more than we ever expected. And there were multiple other units that tried to do it before them, but couldn't. What is going on here? It's like 3 cops hanging out right there in the middle of the road there. People are able to go by, but they're all just sitting. Like, one of them's right in the middle turn lane, and then there's 2 more facing each way, right next to that one in the middle, all talking to each other. Kind of weird. Alright. It's like a police station or something here. Come on. Alright. Alright, so we are 6 miles away. So one of the issues I really had, I think, with the movie, like I said, was maybe a little bit too much attention on the discriminatory stuff that you know is going to be there anyway. I mean, it sounds cliche, but a lot of time, a lot of movies about people in the black community, it always seems to portray that way, and unfortunately, it's a sad part of our of American history. How do you tell a historical story involving blacks that doesn't include racial slurs and mistreatment, discrimination in whatever ways? It's natural. That's going to come with the territory of the movie like that. It's set in World War II when that really was a thing back then. But still, with that, in spite of that, maybe a little bit less on the attention to that discrimination and whatever kind of stuff. I'm not saying get rid of all that, because as I said, it's history. Put that in there, but don't focus so much of the movie on that you don't give the movie time to work on other stuff, which is just them actually trying to do their jobs and the difficulties they're having doing it. If you guys have seen the movie Hidden Figures, that's a really good example of what I'm talking about there. They showed the stuff about hey, they got whites only bathrooms and black only bathroom that the black characters in there would have to go way down to some totally different part of the complex, the NASA complex, to even use a restroom. And but there were other parts what's her name? Damn, why am I brain farting on her name? Kind of heavier, a little heavier black lady who's in a lot of movies. She's a good actor. But, okay, so in Hidden Figures, there's a scene where her character, she's smart. And now, mind you, Hidden Figures is all about all these mostly all black females who are mathematician experts, like calculus and stuff. Come on, you can't be a dummy to be doing calculus. And not only doing that, but doing calculus to the point where John Glenn, the NASA astronaut, won't go into space unless you're the one doing this black female or her group is doing the numbers for him. That's how much he appreciated what they did. But a lot of that movie, they also were showing some of the just general workplace difficulties. I think there was a reduction in force, as we might call it there, or a layoff period or whatever. So what's her name? I can't remember her real name, but her character basically decides to let's be inventive and make ourselves indispensable. So they were gonna be losing their jobs because of this IBM computer, this first IBM computer that came around. It was like this big ass monstrous thing that was way slower than you would imagine today. But basically the idea was it would do all the calculations more quickly than a human can, and they would get rid of a lot of the human positions. But now, what's her name? I'm wanting to say her name starts with an O, but getting other words that I know is not right, sticking in there. But she comes with this ingenious idea of, well, if I'm going to get replaced by the computer, then how about I make myself an expert on the computer, on maintaining it or how to operate it and all that. So, they can't do without me now. And that's what she did. And and then she rallied some of the other women there to do the same thing. So they could actually, hey, even if this thing does come up and take jobs, well, you need me. Now you're gonna cut some of the people there, but you're never gonna want me staying there. That's what I'm talking about. Where it doesn't matter what her skin tone was or what she's got downstairs. Just the fact that They had a computer replace, and that was a realistic thing. And we see that regularly, even to this day. You know, computer and robot, whatever technology taking over human jobs, and then people, yeah, you know, all this automation, whatever, taking away human jobs. Well, no, it's the same damn thing. They're taking away a lot of the jobs, but now you have more highly technical jobs getting created by this. Programmers, coders. But I think that was one of the things she did was learn programming, so she could learn how to program this computer and whatever. So, and that's the same stuff that goes on in a modern society. There, computers take over. We lose some amount of our jobs, but then other jobs open up from. Hey, somebody's got to maintain this shit. Somebody's got to program it. So go get yourself a computer science degree. Or even if you don't have a computer science degree, you did some real good experience with coding, you know, in different languages and stuff. And maybe you might make yourself more marketable that way. It just takes work. Now I know there are from taking classes on programming myself, and you know, my C++ class I took, the instructor there previously worked at as a programmer at a. All right, so we're gonna be turning right at this light right here. Yeah, he was talking about where, you know, you can tell who the people are who actually have college educated backgrounds when it comes to the coding, and the ones who are basically self-taught. But now I'm not saying the self-taught ones aren't worth having there. But all right, that's green light for the side road. So you know, just little nuances with stuff that a college educated programmer will get taught that a self-taught one will just not have the experience with and not know to do until they get experience, basically. Alright, there's Real Fresh right there. I can see that right on the side of their building. The Google thing said they closed at 5:30, but I would imagine I don't know, hopefully I should still be able to get checked in here. I do see a couple other trucks still parked over here on the side. Alright, yeah, is there... Okay, looks like I'm gonna have to check in with this guard shack or something. Oh, we're good. Go there. Okay, let me see if there's... Yeah, I do see somebody in the guard shack there, so... Just park over there? Okay, and then... Okay. Okay, I appreciate it. Alright, so we're going to park over here by this other guy, and I guess we'll check in with him in a second here once we get parked. And guess we'll probably check in over here. Let me go ahead and I don't have my tandems too far out like that, so I'm gonna go ahead and get a little bit closer to this guy here. I just don't want to have my tandems all hanging out in the middle of the lot when I can be closer to this guy and have more room for other people to maneuver wherever they might need to. Okay, looks like he's coming over in the golf cart to check me in, so. Alright guys, we got a dock door 4. I had a brief wait for another driver to pull out of there first, but we're running a dock in. He was going to have another truck dock into there first, but I guess they're only expecting me to be in the door about 10 minutes, so he told me to go ahead and go first. Alright, so the tandem's out in Timbuktu. Now I gotta figure out what this guy's doing. Alright, plenty of room here. They even have their own on-site skillet. It's nice. I don't know how functional it is, but I don't want to come in there at that angle. I don't want that door being, that window being too far down. And I can see the tire tracks from the other truck. This building just follows right in. Okay, they didn't. I asked him if he wants tandems back. He says they don't really care. So you don't have to be too picky about that. Alright, I don't see any wheel chocks back there, so I think it's just going to be a matter of us waiting. I don't see any door lights or anything like that. I thought there were lights, but... Alright, anyway, yeah, it should be pretty quick. It's 6:18 right now. I don't see how this goes. Alright guys, it's 6:30 and we're already done. I already got bills. Got 9 more pallets added on here, so we got 20 total. I don't know what this guy's doing. I was just gonna do a 270 like he did himself when he came out of the door. I don't know if he's coming back into the door or what, but yeah, I was just gonna go out that way and spin back around, but I don't know if he's just trying to get out of my way or what, but I guess now I don't have to worry about going that direction. Alright, also I'm a happy camper because my 14's running down and I didn't end up having to wait very long here at all. So I can just get over here, get checked out, and I can get out of here, get over to the truck stop as quickly as I can. Hopefully there will still be parking available there. And I'll call it a night. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and call it a night here though, alright? Like I mentioned already, the load's going to, I found out it's Keller, Texas. So, alright, you have a good night. Well, I guess we'll probably see you in Keller or wherever the next place I go is. Alright, we'll see you.